Following several years of limited production output from the government-owned green schemes under the management of Agricultural Business Development Agency, AgriBizDev, a relatively good performance is expected this year, gradually reducing the import bill for basic cereals and grains. In 2022, after cabinet approval for the green schemes to be transferred back to the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, the ministry mobilized funds to purchase agricultural inputs and renovate key irrigation infrastructure that were needed by the green schemes. However, due to budgetary constraints, the ministry could only mobilize resources to commence production at 5 green schemes, namely Sekonda Green Scheme Irrigation, Donga Linina Green Scheme Irrigation, Fungu Green Scheme Irrigation, Shadikongoro Green Scheme Irrigation, as well as a Tunda Green Scheme Irrigation projects. In the last quarter of 2022, which is also the summer season and the crop production calendar, the 5 green schemes and small and medium-scale farmers planted mainly maize. Made up of 350 hectares of commercial land that is irrigable and 250 hectares of irrigable land allocated for medium-small scale farmers, the Sekonda Green Scheme Irrigation project has a total of 166 hectares of land under production of maize that is ready to be harvested. The Sekonda Green Scheme Irrigation Project Manager, Maxwell Ngidinwa, forecasts a yield of 7 to 9 tons of maize from the 166 hectares.
We are currently now, we have started to harvest. We are going to start harvesting all the 166 hectares. Most of them there are only 2 fields are almost close to completion in terms of maturity and also the drying. We have already started with 30 hectares. So from here we'll harvest about 57 before we'll go to the medium-scale farmers to also assist them, and then we'll come back to the commercial side, continue to harvest the remaining, and then we'll go to Fungu also to assist them.
Ngidinwa added that considering low potato production activity in the country, the farm currently has 9.5 hectares of land with potatoes that were planted in March 2023 and are expected to be harvested by the end of June 2023. About 90 temporary jobs have been created to work the fields at the project. Should there be no hindrances such as pest infestation and unfavorable weather patterns, 50 to 60 tons of potatoes are projected to be harvested per hectare. Covering a sprawling 351.2 hectares of commercial land that is irrigable, Fungu Green Scheme Irrigation Project is ready to harvest. 84 hectares of irrigable land at the project has been allocated to small-scale farmers, while 250 hectares that has been allocated to medium-scale farmers. The project manager's Florence Smith indicates that for the winter season, the farm has a total of 304 hectares of land under maize production.
What we experienced this year on the maize season is with the less rainfall we had, there were also a lot fewer pests and insects in the maize. We did not spray the amount of chemicals we usually spray in high raining seasons. So it saved us some input cost, and the maize is healthy. It's not really destroyed by any worms or anything like that.
For the Donga Linina Green Scheme Irrigation Project, the scheme intends to sow wheat and fodder during this winter cropping season. The Donga Linina Green Scheme Irrigation Project has a total of 432 hectares of commercial land that is irrigable and 174 hectares and 80 hectares of irrigable land allocated to small-scale and medium-scale farmers. According to project manager Yano Rental, the project experienced a handful of challenges due to the low rainfall received in the Kavango West region.
The biggest challenge this season was the rain. We didn't have a lot of rain, so we had a lot of electricity that we needed to pay for pumping, because our pumps needed to run 24 hours a day to just keep up with water on the fields, because there was no rain to supplement us with that. Like all the previous seasons we had some rain extra, so you can shut down the pumps for a few days if it's raining. This season we couldn't. We had lots of rain in the beginning when we planted, and then the rain was gone. We didn't have rain again. So we needed to just keep up, run the pumps 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just to give our water to all our pivots. And that incurs a lot of cost to our maize. So at the end of the day, that is a big challenge for us.
The Shadikongoro Green Scheme Irrigation Project is yet another green scheme that looks forward to sowing wheat after its maize production. The project, as per the estimates of manager Mutero Joseph, looks set to yield 7 to 8 tons of maize per hectare. The Shadikongoro Green Scheme Irrigation Project has a total of 300 hectares of commercial land that is irrigable, with 90 hectares of irrigable land allocated to small-scale farmers.
We are expecting to get a minimum of 1,500 metric tons of grains, of which some of our pivots we are hoping that we are going to get 9-10 tons per hectare, because it depends on the variation of the soil. So, but we are very much optimistic that the yield will be very good. We can able to get profit out of it. So we are planning now, once we're done harvesting, we also want to start with the land preparation, so that we start planting wheat, provided that our seeds and some of our chemicals are provided.
For the Tunda Green Scheme Irrigation Project, the scheme envisions to produce 5 to 6 tons of maize that it mills on site. The Tunda Green Scheme has a total of 600 hectares of commercial land that is irrigable, with 300 hectares and 246 hectares of irrigable land allocated to small-scale and medium-scale farmers respectively.
After we finish harvesting, we will plant wheat on this pivot that we are currently having maize. While the pivots that are currently empty, I think there are 8, we are going to plant maize again, 240 hectares in July, August. Remember, we have 2 growing seasons this part of the country. We grow maize twice a year. So that put us on a good advantage than any other farmer.
Should all go according to expectation, approximately 6.732 tons of maize will be produced from these 5 green schemes. To enhance average yield per hectare as well as productivity of the green schemes, the ministry is pursuing a 2-pronged strategy aimed at injecting private capital whilst realizing operational efficiency through the leasing of some of the green schemes. The ministry will seek to invest in energy and irrigation efficient technologies for the green schemes that will remain with the government over the medium term.